Huh?
Is that an endorsed product?
No, that's what I left over there.
That's crazy, guys. I'm thinking about that now. Oh, okay. All right, is everyone good?
Right?
Yep, let's go.
All right, Stetson, how did you feel in your G-Day game performance?
It was all right. We started off hot, and then the way spring games work, and you got to switch up the reps and all that stuff, it kind of messes with the flow. I don't know. There was a lot of good, there was a lot of bad. And, I'm about to go watch it and see what we can do better. But we won, so we don't have to eat beanie weenies. So.
Yeah, what was there a bet between either team?
Yeah, it's the same one. Either beanie weenies, I think, or we get like steak and lobster. So we're gonna get steak and lobster, and the other team's got beanie weenies. We're trying to make sure Carson eats beanie weenies because he said once he splits teams the second half that he was just gonna go with the winning one. So we're like, no, you're with the red team.
And how was your connection with Eric Gilbert? You had 2 throws to him, 2 touchdowns to him. What did you like building that connection with him?
Yeah, Eric's came in the spring, and he just, first of all, he's a freak, and then second of all, he knows football and he knows space, and and not just the 2 touchdown passes, but the one in the 2-minute drill right before we kicked the field goal to win the game. Great catches. So I kind of getting that trust with him, getting to know where he's going to be on the field, all that kind of stuff.
On that second touchdown too, what did you see on that play? So it looked like sort of a broken play. Maybe.
Well, yeah, we didn't run the right route, but the DB's back was turned, and I just thought give him a chance. It's hard for them to make a play on the ball when their back's turned, and he went and got it. So.
How much more relaxing is this spring for you? Not looking over your shoulder, looking ahead of you, or looking over your shoulder?
Well, I guess it's relaxed in that way, but it's less relaxed in the sense that I'm going to be running the offense for the University of Georgia, so you kind of got to understand the severity of that and how are we going to be the best that we can be. So more relaxed in one and less in the other.
So how different is that for you?
It just feels different. I guess it's when you that would have made sense, but yeah, you're just in charge. It's like you got a brand new car and you own it, and you want to make sure that the engine's clean, and you change the oil and you get gas in it, and you make sure the brakes are checked, and just make sure everything's running properly. So
how do you make sure it doesn't crash then? How do you make sure that you don't let that anxiety and that get to you?
I don't know. Just get prepared. Stay prepared. That's there'll always be those butterflies, but as soon as you go out there, it's always been the first time I get hit, then we're playing football. So.
Stetson, you mentioned Carson there. What did you see from him today?
I thought he played really well. I'm glad he didn't score more points for the red team because we won, and he came over and helped us out on the black team. But I thought he played well. Like I said, we're about to go watch it and have more of an idea after that. But he looked calm. Looked like he knew what to do with the ball.
Stetson, how do you feel about this team after 15 spring practices versus what you felt like heading into the spring?
Well, I feel really good. I feel like we gelled. We used spring for what it was, and I feel like we got a long way to go for the summer.
You faced a pretty good defense during practice last year, and a lot of those guys are gone. Just what did you see from the 11 plus that you went up against today?
Well, spring games are. I've seen more from them and more from our offense when you guys aren't here. And, the spring game wasn't there because that was very vanilla, very very generic, very basic from both sides of the ball. So over the entire spring, I've seen guys grow up in spots that we lost this past year. Start learning it. Start playing hard, playing fast, playing physical. Getting better up here because they're talented. So this is where they have to go, and so there's a learning curve. And as it started towards the end of the spring, they got much better, and then over the summer they're going to get much better. I'm excited to see where they go.
Does accomplishing the national title change anything for you personally, or does it make the expectations even more? Like, what does it change for you?
Well, I'm a self-motivator, I guess. So I want to win every single time. So that doesn't change anything as far as what we want to accomplish this year. So I'd say nothing.
What is it about tight ends, and you in particular, tight ends have gotten busy since you've kind of been at the controls? Is that a function of Stetson Bennett and what the offense looks with him, or the function of tight ends and that Georgia has on their roster?
I don't know. I throw it to the guy who I see is open on that play, and they happen to be open a good bit. So.
How have you seen Carson and Brock kind of develop from when they got on campus to now?
I mean, Carson's been here 3 years now, so I mean, he's an old guy now. So, and Brock, Brock's still learning and still getting the playbook, and I mean, infinitely better than he was this time last year. And I thought he played really well today. Had a few runs I was jealous of, but both of them are doing really well.
This is only a spring game. Kirby already seems to have this sort of game face on in terms of being serious and stuff. Did he seem the same to you today in the spring as he is like if this was the fall or pre-fall?
No,
not
at all.
Did he seem goofy?
He didn't seem goofy, but he didn't have a team, and he didn't have, he was standing back there talking to SEC Network or whoever that was, and so no, he wasn't the same. I mean, he talked to us before the game, talking about how he expected us to be, and I felt the same way, but no, it wasn't the same as if we were playing Florida.
I mean, did there seem to be a level of importance?
Oh, 1,000%. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
That was instilled for sure. Yes.
Yeah. To you too?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Yeah.
Beyond the steak and lobster thing, I mean.
Yeah. I mean, every time you're out here, you get to play in front of however many people are here today, and you get to play on Sanford Stadium. I mean, I try to impress upon the young guys today. I try to be like, hey, this is a big deal. I know you don't think about it right now because you think you got everything in the world in front of you, but one day this is going to be over, and so cherish it and go play ball, and don't disrespect it by not playing the best you can. So.
Who's funding that, by the way?
Who's funding what?
Steak and lobster.
Oh, that's not me.
Stetson, what do you think about the way Reed played? I know he has had to overcome a lot off the field as well, and then he comes out here, you throw a touchdown to him, and had a big catch to set up a game-winning field goal. Just his progression and seeing him perform like that, what's that like for you to see?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. I mean, like I said, he loves football. He's a quiet kid, but you can see his eyes light up whenever he does something well in the pass game or even the blocking game. And we're still trying to get there chemistry-wise, just because the reps haven't been there like everybody else's. But I mean, seemed to work today.
Stetson, a couple huge plays to the running backs in the passing game today. What kind of dimension do both of those guys bring to the passing game?
Yeah, they're both really talented. I say they kind of fit in the same mold of well, they're a little bit different, but kind of the same function as James and Zamir last year. They're different backs, and they've got different strengths, but they can catch. So.
Your brother's planning on walking on. I mean, how special is that, and how did you find out? I mean, just the whole from got the offer to do it.
Well, he we're super pumped. That was pretty cool. Just we're pretty close, and he's always played with this twin Knox, and I've never been able to, just simply because of the years in between and all that stuff. And then COVID hit, and we saw that there was an opportunity there, and so, well, come on, let's go do it. And so it's gonna be really cool.
Stetson, throughout last season, Coach Smart emphasized that success comes to those who are too busy to be looking for it. Going forward, he says that means doing the duty that lies nearest. What is the duty that lies nearest for you going forward into this summer?
Right now, the duty that lies nearest is talking to you guys, and then once I do that, the next step will be presented to me. But I think there's a group of guys in tuxedos tonight that are trying to figure that out for themselves, and fingers crossed that they do.
Stetson, you've been through a bunch of springs. Are you approaching this one any differently?
Yeah. I'm in a different position than I have been in every other spring. Every other spring I work equally as hard, but there's a different voice that you have now. So I'm trying to use that voice a little bit more.
With that voice, how do you think Carson is doing?
With that voice?
With your voice, speaking on his behalf, how do you think he's doing? How do you do throughout the spring?
I think he's doing really well. He played well today. He's played well the whole spring.
Stetson, how would you rate your performance today, and how do you think some of the other younger guys played, like Carson and Brock?
We started off, went right down the field. It's a weird dynamic with the flip flop and the changing up. Because all the quarterbacks need to get reps, and there's not really that many reps to go around. So it kind of switched up momentum and you know, comfort and all that stuff. And but overall, I mean, not awesome, but I mean, some awesome moments. So, you know, I think all in all it was good and we won. So, you know, if you can overcome those faults and still go down there and win it at the end, then you've done well.
What do you, when you talk with young guys that are getting recruited to come here or wherever, what do you say from your perspective about what they should be looking at for each school? Because, you know, you've won a national championship now. Your path was a little different than everybody else's. What's your perspective for guys who are looking at things? There's some big name guys out there, and there are always going to be big name guys out there. What do you think about telling them when they ask you questions?
What to look for in a school?
Yeah, how do they make the right decision?
Well, I try not to. It's hard to give advice on the unknown, and so I don't. The advice I give is not, you know, what to look for in a school. I mean, that's up to them. I mean, they're gonna pick that. My advice is once you get there, I mean, you're there. So figure out how to be the best player you can be, how to help the team the most. You know, if you're a skill guy or somebody who can play special teams, you better go play special teams your first year. If you're a quarterback, you better learn playbook immediately. Just all the things that'll get the coach's attention. You know, be first in line, work hard, be early, be late. You know,
be late, stay late. Right?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Sorry, yeah. So yeah.
Stetson, can you speak to your connection with Keyshawn Jackson and what you've seen out of him this spring, coming off a year where he was kind of banged up?
Yeah, like you said, he was banged up. He had excuse me, just those issues that he had last year, and so, you know, that was difficult for him, you know, but, you know, he's coming back this year, and he's got that veteran presence. He's strong, he's fast. He made a great play on the last one, set up the field goal, adjusting, and he came up to me. He's like, yeah, you know, I played baseball back in the day, so I can track it like a center fielder. And I told him he probably wasn't that good at it, but, you know, he's consistent. You know what he's going to do. He knows the playbook. He's a good route runner. He's got strong hands, and he loves football. So that's pretty much all you can ask for.
Can you describe the pressure of being the quarterback at Georgia? How do you put that into words?
No, but, you know, everybody's got pressure. You know, my mom had to watch my little brother's baseball game last night, drive up here last night. I was already asleep by the time she got here. She had to drive my little sister down to Macon before the game, drive back up here to watch. She's got to drive to Atlanta to pick up my little brother, who's flying down from New Hampshire to go to Easter tomorrow, drive back, and then we're heading to Easter tomorrow. So, you know, there's pressure everywhere. You know, do more people watch me? Yeah, but I don't think about them because, you know, if you're worried about them, you can't be doing as well as you can be in the here and now. So, you know, I signed up for this. I'm good enough to do this, and so really all it comes down to is will you put the work in to be prepared. The pressure doesn't really factor into it.
Stetson, you had a touchdown pass in every quarter besides the fourth quarter. How would you describe your fourth quarter strategy offensively going forward?
Can you repeat that?
You had a touchdown pass in every quarter besides the fourth quarter. How would you describe your fourth quarter strategy offensively going forward?
Oh, well, I mean, I got the ball. We had the ball twice. I threw a pick, and then we got the ball with like a minute left, and all we needed was a field goal. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a different game. Strategy-wise, I think it was the same, besides the 2-minute stuff.
Stetson, going into this final season for you, what does accountability look like for yourself, for your teammates, and going into like leadership positions and stuff like that?
I think I saw, you know, my dad played for Eric Russell for 1 year. He walked on at Southern back in the day, and he said first meeting they had, Eric walked up to the whiteboard and just wrote, "Do right." He said that's the one rule we have, and so I feel like everybody on our team is raised, has a good enough family and good enough leadership or somebody in their life that has taught them how to do right. And so you kind of got a good idea of what that means, so just do that. And if you see somebody not doing it,
and what does it look like for the team next season, like filling in these leadership positions that y'all may have lost, like with Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean and stuff like that? What are you going to do like to step up for that and help fill those positions for you?
Oh, I mean, I don't have a step-by-step plan, but just exactly what I just said. Be more vocal and show them the right way at the same time.
You had a couple, quite a number of passes knocked down. How do you fix that going into next year?
I mean, that's, that happened, 2 years ago at Bama when they knocked down all those passes, and then everybody made a big hoopla about it, and then nobody really blocked my passes this past year. Don't think about it. Maybe there's something the O-line can do to bring them down, punch them in the stomach or something like that. I don't know. I'll leave that to them. But, they did, and it kind of did get frustrated and pissed me off a little bit. But we ended up going down and scoring, so I won't be thinking about that this offseason. But
Has the offense changed any now that you're kind of the set starter with Todd Monken? Did he tweak the offense at all this spring?
I can't. People are going to watch this, right? I mean, there's a little bit, but.
You didn't tell me the plays. I just want to know if he adjusted to more of your skill sets.
Mm-hmm.
We're standing in the same place Fromm stood for 3 years. After every game, win or loss, we pinned everything on his shoulders, it seemed like. And now it's like on you to be that guy. I mean, just is it business as usual, or do you feel like you have to step up even more this next season with that legendary defense gone now?
I mean, I think everybody can see, you see who leaves the room, right? And so you see who needs to step up to fill those shoes and who needs to step up and, make sure we're going to be the best we can be. And so do I think that I need to be better than last year? Yeah. Do I think that I'm going to need to go out there and win every single game? No, it's still the University of Georgia. We're still going to have great players. We're still going to have great O-line, still going to have great backs, going to have great backers, going to have great D-line, going to have great DBs. So, I'm going to be better than last year, but, this isn't going to be the Stetson Bennett show. This is going to be the University of Georgia football team. Still.
2 more questions.
Coach Smart said that he was really surprised at some of the players that stepped up into those leadership positions in the offseason. Can you speak specifically on someone that you were surprised that stepped up?
Oh, well, that would be a backhanded compliment. I can't say I'm surprised. God, let me think. I think Ced's really stepping up. He's doing a great job taking over. We lost Jamar, who was the rock for years and years, and Schaefer. Schaefer was, he didn't say much, but when he did, you listened. So those 2 veterans are gone, and so you got Warren and Ced and Warren, who are the 3 older guys. So I think Ced's doing a great job stepping up and leading, and me and him talk a ton about protections, watch film, making sure that me and him are on the same page, because me and him are on the same page, those guys are on the same page, and these guys are on the same page. So that's how it's got to be, and I think he's doing a great job.
On the usage of tight ends, I think in the old days, people would assume, there's not enough balls, not enough snaps for all these guys.
Right.
This offense has changed, and how do you, are these guys kind of on equal as wide receivers in terms of usage and everything?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be, there will be some stories about that, and some traps for some of the players to read into and start thinking, we're not getting the ball enough. But, but again, everybody on the field can get the ball at any time. That's how I play football. That's how I grew up playing it. I didn't grow up, like some other people. I throw it to everybody who's open. And, I think we've got an awesome group of guys around us who care about winning. They don't, obviously they want to catch, and they're all good enough to break a game open, but they care about winning. And, if that means one game AD catches, 10 balls for 160 yards, and tight ends don't catch anything, or vice versa, then so be it. All we really care about is winning.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.